Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Memories Dogma. Trevor, explain.
Okay, so this is a recording from the future. We've actually completed all of Memories Dogma. It's wonderful. It's tremendous. You'll love it. However, this episode, the audio got fucked up beyond repair. Like all
And the game footage.
Yeah, and the game footage too. Like I've listened to the audio. All our sentences are jumbled between different sentences. So like it's like a poorly edited montage, basically. Yeah. And it makes no sense, and it wouldn't work. So we're recording this. If it sounds like we don't give a fuck, it's because we don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, we have the whole series recorded, and only this one episode is completely fucked to the point. So we had no choice but to go back and re-record it. Otherwise, you all won't get to see the rest of the game.
The story wouldn't make sense.
So we're going to record this part of the game as fast as we can, and I'm going to edit it into the next part, which is also kind of short anyway. So you'll get like a decent length episode. So anyways, let's get through this because we're not super enthusiastic about this right now, to be honest.
Okay.
Especially since we know what happens at the end of the game.
Right. But on the bright side, we're going to record some more cool videos.
Yay.
This, so,
Okay, suddenly our surroundings go dark. Huh? What happened? A blackout? Is there a thunderstorm somewhere? Pondering the sudden power outage, I take Reina's hand and guide her to the guest room in the darkness.
Hiroki, now's not the time to be sleeping with cute anime girls.
When I slide the door open, I see Kakeru sleepily rubbing his eyes.
Hiroki, now's not the time for three-ways.
Eh? Did you two go somewhere? We just talked for a bit. You woke up too? I just woke up all of a sudden. In the silence that follows, we all hear a door creak open. What was that noise? That was the front door, right? Did Aoi-san go somewhere? It sounded to me like it came from the living room, though. Let's turn on the lights. I flick the light switch. But there's no change and the room's still dark. They're not turning on. Did the breaker trip? I've got a bad feeling about this. Reina puts a finger to her lips and motions us to be silent. She silently bends down and peers out. We fall silent as asked, and after a few seconds, Reina stands back up.
Silently.
Kakeru, you gotta get up. Hiroki, come help. Reina rushes over to Kakeru and tries to lift him up. What's wrong, Reina-chan? I've got a really bad feeling about this. Let's find Aoi and get out of here. A sudden power outage. That strange noise earlier. A bad feeling. Got it. Kakeru, grab on. Geez, don't make it such a big deal out of it. I can walk just fine. We override Kakeru's complaints and forcibly put him under our shoulders. Stepping outside, we peek into the hallway. Careful not to make any noise, we head to Aoi-san's room, which is on the right side of the entryway. We advance slowly and cautiously. Before we get very far, we can see the silhouette of a man in the entryway. That's definitely not Aoi-san. Looks like it isn't moving at all, but that isn't quite true. Whoever it is, they're moving unnaturally slowly and carefully. The silhouette silently approaches us. It looks like Reina's bad feeling was right on the mark. A power outage, those sounds, and now this silhouette. I suddenly tense up, preparing for what's to come. It's too dark to make out the person's face clearly, but the silhouette squirming in an extremely odd fashion.
But I mean, if he's caught, why would he give a fuck about moving slowly? The whole point is that you're not caught. Like, when you're playing Metal Gear Solid, you don't crawl around on the ground when the fucking guards are seeing you, shooting at you. That's when you start fucking booking it. The stealth is over.
Yeah. Shit, I can't believe they found us so fast. Let's go back and hide. We all nod and begin to turn back, but then suddenly, I hear the sound of something flying past me. Not even a moment later, Kakeru feels even heavier than before. Huh? Kakeru slips out from my grasp and falls to the ground. Huh? Kakeru? I try to pick him up, but he's completely limp. I try to grab him by the stomach instead, and I feel something sticky flowing into my hand.
Well, that's what happens after you go limp, typically.
It's blood. Hiroki, in front of you! I look in front of me and see two figures pointing guns at us. They're completely dressed in black, and their faces are covered by some kind of mask. I can't even tell if they're men or women, but judging from their builds, they're probably men. I can see their eyes as they catch a glimmer of light from outside, but I don't sense any emotion from them at all. Just now, one of them shot a man, yet he's still looking at us with those expressionless eyes. These bastards shot. Fuck. I hear the sound of the guest room door being opened. I turn around and see the man who had been in the hallway just seconds ago standing there, pointing his gun at us. Surrounded on both sides, we slowly get corralled into the center of the guest room. Reina, do you think you could escape by yourself? Under these circumstances, impossible. Kakeru's collapsed at my feet. I can't allow Kakeru to be harmed any further. I try and put myself between these men and Kakeru, and I feel 3 guns suddenly point my way. Hiroki, don't! I can think of only one way out of this. If I use that power, or maybe if I stare at the palm of my hand. I don't know if I'll be able to use it properly or not, but if I manage to do it right, even if I take some damage in the process, I should be able to take these guys down.
Yeah, because everyone knows you're fast enough to punch 3 guys with lightning fists before any one of the trained assassins can shoot you.
What should I do? The intruders, their aim unwavering, are waiting for me to make a move. Why would they? Can I do it? Take out the 2 in front of me and the one behind me at the same time? No, it's impossible. Even if I properly manage to call up that power, any sudden moves will put Kakeru and Reina in danger. Even if I can take out those 2 in front of me, there's no guarantee that I can get the one behind me before he manages to shoot either of them. And most importantly, I don't understand this power of mine in the first place.
Is Lightning Punch really that complex a power? I mean, I guess he has, like, X-Factor healing, but that's also a easy, dumb bullshit power, too, so, like...
Yeah. I slowly raise my hands and put them behind my head. The men still don't move. We don't move either. The faint cry of an ambulance pierces the silence. Save us, I want to shout out. But there's no way an ambulance would hear us from this far away. I'd like to call the police, but I doubt we'd be able to contact them successfully in this situation. Yeah, especially since they're corrupt as fuck.
Yeah.
Besides, my MRD is out of batteries anyway. Shit, how do we get out of this? Hiroki, calm down. Reina whispers calmly. They could easily shoot us right now, but the fact that they're not means that killing us isn't their goal. And what is? I don't know. I don't know, but if we surrender here, I'm sure we'll get a chance to escape eventually. Go. Suddenly, I feel something hit me across the head and I fall to the ground. Looking up, I see one of the figures who managed to close the distance between us in an instant. He's the one who hit me, probably. While I'm still trying to piece together what just happened, he silently smashes me on the head with his gun. It's not how you use a gun. And not just my head, he starts hitting me in the stomach, back, sides, all over. Yeah, his goal is clearly just to beat the shit out of you.
I mean, like, he already had his hands behind his head. At this point, it's just a little excessive to prove. And then he was a super-duper asshole. It's like he already shot your friend. We get they're assholes.
Trying to protect myself against the pain, I huddle with my hands over my head. But even then, the pain is so great I can hardly breathe.
And then a kitten walked into the room and he kicked the kitten too because he's an asshole.
Wait, we surrender, so please stop hurting us. Yeah, Reina, us.
Yeah.
You're not the one with a gunshot or a fucking getting the crap beat out of you right now.
I hate when people try to throw in you as a group for something that, like, you did, or, like, you know, it's like, oh, hey, we should go totally do this thing. It's like, no, you should go do that thing, you know? Like, we're not an us, motherfucker.
The man finally stops hitting me after Reina's declaration. Hiroki. I'm fine. Reina gently strokes my back. As long as you take Kakeru to a hospital, we'll do as you ask. They don't respond, but they come up to Reina and pin our arms behind our backs. I'm alright. Even though she must be scared too, Reina tries to reassure me with a nod.
Yeah, I noticed it didn't pistol whip the girl. Like, it's almost like, you know, the author's like, no, she has to remain cute. She can't be cute with bruises on her face.
Well, that depends on who you ask.
Yeah. It'd be like those like Earth-chan memes.
Mm-hmm. But Reina's right. The best way out of this situation is to just do what they want.
I mean, we dated these episodes before. I don't give a shit.
Mm-hmm. Suddenly, we hear the sound of someone pounding loudly on the front door. I see all the men suddenly tense up. Hello, this is the paramedics. You're the one who called the ambulance, right? Hello? Reina and I exchange glances. We certainly didn't call them. The men grabbing our arms exchanged some sort of signal with their eyes and then suddenly thrust us away before disappearing into the darkness. Are we saved?
I like how it signals with their eyes. Like, what, did they, like, blink Morse code at each other?
I'm sure some people probably do that. But would that really work unless you had, like, glow-in-the-dark eyes? I mean, I get that lights reflects off you, but I don't fucking know, man.
Yeah.
Why can't they just make, like, a hand signal or something?
Yeah, because, like, I mean, I get the idea is, like, oh, he's probably thinking, like, oh, well, their hands were busy because they were holding on to them. It's like, these are fucking high schoolers and they're trained assassins. I think they can one-arm that shit while they do.
Why don't they just come up with a code word?
Yeah. No, they can't talk because they're spooky and mysterious, and they'd get noticed if they spoke, even though they already fucking shot someone with a gun at night in Japan, where that would alert a lot of people.
Well, they probably had a silencer.
But whispering is too loud. But that's like Hollywood bullshit. Like when you actually like fire with a suppressor, it still makes a lot of noise. Like, oh, it does, yeah, like it's not deafening, but I mean, like if someone was firing one of those, you'd be like, oh shit, I think that's a gun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Looks like it, but why are... Hello, we're opening the door. I gotta sneeze. I'm coming. Still confused, I run up to the front door. Why did the paramedics come here of all places? Regardless of the reason why, this means we can save Kakeru.
I mean, wouldn't it make sense that there'd be someone calling an ambulance if they heard gunshots?
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, that's like, well, I mean, I'd call the police too, but yeah, I'd like probably want them to show up just in case.
We got a report that someone's been injured at this address. This way. The paramedic is carrying a stretcher and I direct him to where Kakeru is. Reina's sitting down next to Kakeru. I'm about to head over to him too when I see that the door to Aoi-san's room is open. Oh yeah, Aoi-san. Okay, no, the power is out. How does it say no signal? Just have a blank goddamn screen.
Yeah, that's still stupid.
I didn't even fucking notice that before until now.
Did we? I don't know. I feel like we commented on that one before.
It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
Like, is it a fucking sticker you just put on when you turn your TV? No, no, power off.
Yeah. Oh no, it has this internal TV battery just so the author doesn't have to fucking erase that from the background.
I take a quick look in the living room. She's not here. I rapidly start searching all the rooms in the house.
I mean, after all, Christian, they already changed the tint on this background image. What do you want them to go into Photoshop and remove a fucking layer as well? Think they're made of fucking money?
Thinking she might be hiding somewhere, I take a look through the closets too. But I don't see her anywhere. What's wrong, Hiroki? I don't see Aoi-san anywhere. No way. We're probably thinking the same thing. What if those men took Aoi-san? Kakeru is being carried out of the house on a stretcher. All we can do for him now is watch over him. Hiroki. As the stretcher passes by us, Kakeru calls out to me, his face twisted in pain. Kakeru. I run over to the stretcher. Kakeru slowly lifts up his trembling left hand. I clasp it tightly with my right. Sorry, Hiroki.
Also, just a thought occurs to me.
What?
Okay, so the paramedics respond to this with there's someone injured, okay?
Uh-huh.
And the guy shot.
Yes.
With a gun.
Yes.
And a bullet.
Yes.
In Japan.
Yes.
Where gun control is incredibly tight, and like even Yakuza would have trouble getting a gun. And,
yes.
And the guys with the guns left, so the paramedics didn't see them, and there's really no evidence they existed outside of having shot someone.
Mm-hmm.
So like the paramedics have no idea how this guy got shot.
Yes.
And the two people in the house with them.
That would take time to explain.
Stay.
Yeah.
Like no questions asked. Not like you're under arrest for now, because you're the prime suspect.
Here's the thing, though. Like, do you really think they're Japanese paramedics? Do you think they'd be used to bullet wounds to recognize them right away?
Well, I mean,
like I'm pretty sure, like, right now, they're just, like, paramedics, the way they'd be trained is just like, okay, this person's fucking bleeding and injured. Let's just get them to the fucking hospital,
yeah, but, like,
right?
it's a circular hole in your stomach. Like, you know, it's not like, oh, I fell on a really sharp cylinder.
Like, to be fair, like, if you're a paramedic, it'd be like, okay, you know, it's just like, our job is to help the person, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's someone else's job is to ask the questions and figure out what happened, right?
Yeah, I mean, but you think they'd be like, oh, like you're under arrest for suspicion, you know, like if your wife dies and you're sitting there over her
they
corpse,
don't have time for that shit. Like, yeah. I think they're just doing their fucking job. Like
I kind of see where you're coming from, but it just seems like, you know, they kind of glossed over how do you explain that to the paramedics.
I don't know. Well, I don't think. Well, if he's critically injured that like that, they don't have time to stop and ask questions.
Yeah.
Especially if like only a paramedics arrive, not cops, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's some process for that shit.
Not in this world.
Yeah.
Kakuru's voice is so faint I have to strain my ears to catch his words. It's okay, don't speak. I leave the rest to you.
I mean, like, what if Reina and Hiroki did have that gun? They went around, they popped someone else afterwards, you know?
Find out the truth about Serrano's death. Well, they're also wanted and on the TV. You don't see them questioning that either.
Yeah. Well, it was dark, so there's vaguely a bullshit excuse for that.
Well, there you go. That's why they didn't recognize a bullet wound. Kakeru loses the strength to keep his arms up. Hey, Kakeru. Hey! Please move out of the way. One of the paramedics pushes me out of the way while I keep shouting Kakeru's name. He has a short conversation with another paramedic, and then they carry Kakeru to the ambulance. Unable to bear seeing him go like that, I take a step forward and about to ask them to let me on the ambulance too, when Reina grabs me by the shoulder. If we go with him, it'll just make things worse. But I want to go after him too. Reina's practically shouting. But he needs to be treated as fast as possible or he might not make it. Reina. All we can do is believe he'll survive. I look back at the ambulance just in time to see them shut the door and loading Kakeru in it. The ambulance then speeds away, its siren blaring. Please make it out of this alive, Kakeru. I pray earnestly while watching the ambulance depart. Kakeru will be fine, I'm sure of it. Reina says while biting her lip. Her words lack conviction. But Aoi's... I'm almost certain the JCO sent those men. Which means it's highly likely that Aoi-san was kidnapped. Reina, we need to hurry to the Connect Center end. There is someone standing in the corner of the alleyway. Did those guys from earlier come back? My body tenses up again. Reina, get back. What is it? There's someone there. I move to cover Reina as I stare at the figure. Whoever is there slowly starts walking towards us. Eventually, they get close enough I can make out their features in the faint moonlight.
By the way, in order to set up a joke that gives us the title, this is almost like one of those Chekhov's guns, because we saw her in like the first or second episode, and now she's here again.
Yeah.
Which,
you were that proud of that joke that you had to fucking remember it, like, this far after.
Yeah, I liked it. It was more clever when I actually thought of it on the spot, but I'm gonna repeat it anyways.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I might not even put it in.
Yeah, well, you said you didn't want to add the video, so, you know.
I'm
gonna count on that one.
It's that shrine maiden I've seen a few times before. You're the girl from back then. Kusahara Hiroki-san and Orikatsu Reina-san, correct? How does she know our names? Who are you? I clicked. I will explain everything later. I am terribly sorry for the suddenness, but I would like you two to follow me. Where to? You will see if you come. How do we know you're not our enemy? I promise I will explain everything later. At any rate, remaining here would not be very wise. Please take a look over there. I look at the direction she's pointing, and I see a young woman looking over at us from the window of the neighboring house. Looking around, I see that a lot of Aoi-san's neighbors have opened their windows to take a look at the commotion. Makes sense, after all, an ambulance did just come here. It's only a matter of time before people realize Reina and I are the ones that were on the news and are wanted by the police. If you understand, then please follow me. The girl holds her left hand up high in a ray of light when the morning sun pours down onto her. She looks like some kind of divine being. Should we do as she asks, or should we...
She's a cute girl, so we're gonna do what she says.
While weighing our options, we silently exchange glances, trying to figure out what the other is thinking. However, one sentence from the girl changes everything. There was something I would like to tell you both. It is about Mizunashi Serrano.
And it's stupid. I'm not gonna spoil it, I'm just saying it's fucking stupid, but we'll get to that shortly.
2 days left. Well, not really. Yeah. For us anymore, anyway.
Yeah.
The place she ends up taking us is the Ofutama Shrine.
Because drawing new backgrounds is hard.
There are some older folks walking their dogs around, and a few young people doing shopping on the shrine grounds, but no visitors to the temple itself. The girl hasn't spoken once since we left Aoi-san's house, and all she's done is walk here at a brisk pace. Reina is clearly worried. What kind of relationship does she have with Serrano? I don't know. But it's true that Serrano came to this shrine often. So it's okay to trust her. I'm not sure yet.
Was it always so pink the last time we did this?
It's just because it's morning, man. It's morning!
Mornings aren't particularly pinkish purple for me. I mean, like, I like purple, so I guess it'd be cool, but I also dislike pink, so it'd be...
I think back to all the times I came to the shrine with Serrano.
It'd be a 50-50 trade-off.
I never once stepped inside, and I always waited at the entrance. So I have no idea what she did when she came here. Did she actually know the Shrine Maiden? Please come this way. She walks towards a wall nestled in the corner of the grounds. It's a very old wall with moss and vines growing all over it.
Just wait, you think they'd use the little, like, Serrano memory hologram thing to, like, confirm, like, hey, do you know this girl?
The battery's dead, Trevor.
Oh, right, yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, the
battery's dead.
Yeah,
There's no way you can do anything about that in this time.
Yeah.
In a world where everyone depends on this, you know, there's not an outlet anywhere nearby to plug it in.
Yeah, no.
That would make sense, Trevor.
Yeah, we address the stupid thing later, so let's not hammer it home too much in the future.
She starts stroking the wall. Slowly and gently, she runs her fingers up along one particular place.
Yeah, that's oddly erotic for a wall, like...
She must have a wall fetish. You know, you ever hear the phrase, the walls have ears? Well, to her, the walls have dicks. And she's looking for it.
Yeah.
And then...
I think there is, like, I think it was an image where it was, like, you know, like one of those rock climbing places, but it was all made of dildos. And it was like, said, like, climb a wall of dicks. It's like you send it as an insult and you dislike someone. So yeah, like that's like her fantasy.
That's weird. I guess someone... why would it... Would a dildo wall be easier to climb, though?
Well, I mean, like... I guess, like, well, I'm not a dildo expert, so, like, I don't know how much, like, support they'd actually give. Like, I can see the benefit that they'd stick out more. It's like, they'd be easier to grab onto, but, like, would they support your weight, or would they be, like, all, like, rubbery and just kind of, like, flop down whenever you try to put any weight on them? So, I don't know. It's, people in our audience who are more familiar with dildos. You'll have to answer that. And bonus points, you can answer whether regular dildos or bad dragon dildos are the best for climbing walls of dicks.
Okay. With a heavy grating sound, a small hole appears at the location she was stroking. Literally a hole, not a depression or anything. I said small, but it's big enough that a person might be able to squeeze through. Please follow me. And please remember to close the door once you've all entered. How do you close that?
You pull the book and push it back on the shelf or something.
She then crawls into the hole. Reina and I stare at each other. I stare inside and see the passageway go so far from the light that the outside doesn't reach all the way in. The passageway is about wide enough to admit one person at a time. I'll go first. Try not to get separated from me. Got it.
This is one of those things where you tell the girl to go first, because like then when you crawl in, you get to see her butt.
That's what Trevor would do, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, because I respect Reina.
Yeah, you respect women, like that little meme.
We can't even...
There's a fedora emoji. Put it in the comments section with this timestamp.
Okay.
You don't boot me, you piece of shit.
I can do whatever I want. It's my house. Don't hurt me.
Yeah.
He tried to punch me.
No, see, I just put my fist up in the air. He gets scared.
We can't even see our own feet, and the single candle of the girl holding the single candle the girl's holding provides barely enough illumination to see the way in front of us. I don't know where we're headed, but I doubt it will. But doubt will only serve to weaken my resolve. Why did this girl even appear before us? As if they'd just been waiting for us to be in a pinch. The ambulance arrived right as we realized we had no way out. And then right after they left, this girl showed up. There's no way everything is just a coincidence. Yeah. Reina lets out a soft scream and grabs onto my arm. Looks like she tripped.
Okay, so I'm guessing this is one where they're walking. Yeah, they're not crawling. So my plan wouldn't work anyways.
Yeah. I let Reina hold on to my arm.
Yeah, that's what you picked last time.
I think.
Yeah.
I stop, letting Reina get a better grip on my arm. Is it easier to walk like this? Yeah, thanks. I can't make out her expression, but it feels like she's smiling. I slow my pace down to match Reina's, and we continue walking forward.
I like how they say that while we can see her expression.
Yeah. After we walk a good distance, I can feel the fresh air blowing past my face, signaling that we are near the end. This breeze is quite refreshing in a claustrophobic cave like this. I can feel my sweat caked back, cooling down too. I didn't realize there was a place like this in the Ofutama Shrine. I'm sorry for leading you through the dark, but please bear with me a little longer.
Yeah, that's the plan.
She lights another candle, slotted in a groove on the wall. As she does, the interior of the room we're in lights up a little more. Now then, sorry for the late introductions. I am the shrine maiden that presides over this shrine, Kozakura Mikoto.
Okay, so in the original video, Christian was thinking like we could call it CHEKHOV'S nun, as a play on Chekhov's gun, but like she's not a nun, she's a Miko. But her name's Mikoto, which is a pun. So the episode's gonna be called Chekhov's Pun.
If I remember.
Yeah. Fucking better.
Yeah, the Miko girl is called Mikoto.
Yeah.
Isn't it cute? Isn't it cute, Trevor?
It's like on a scale of like not cute to 10, like it's not a not cute, but it's not a 10.
Okay. I am the Shrine Maiden. Yeah, I read that. Allow me to apologize for my rude behavior the other day. Please forgive me.
I had to be mysterious so that it seemed like the series had some intrigue.
Now, the girl who calls herself Mikoto bows her head. A few days ago. So then that really was you at the cake shop back then. Okay, gonna need you to fuck off, Windows Update. You are correct, that was me. Okay, I'm in the game window again. So then you were just pretending not to recognize me when I came to see you at the shrine. Indeed. At least you're being honest now, so why show up before us now? I had been waiting for the proper time to come. Proper time. Yes, the time for me to tell you what you need to know. And that time is now. Mikoto's words don't make much sense. Oh, don't even get me started.
Yeah, and not to mention the proper time. Like, that's such a cop-out answer, because, like, they could have used this information at any point in the story.
Before we get to that, there's a few things I want to ask you. By all means, I am certain to answer one of your questions will be the answer I impart unto you regardless. There's a number of things I want to ask, but the only thing I want to know most of all is... Are you the one who called that ambulance earlier? Yes. I see. And before anything else, let me just thank you. But I don't get it. Your timing was almost too perfect. And how did you even know we'd need an ambulance? This goes beyond the level of her knowing we were just going to be attacked. From the time those men started their raid to the time it took for us to be cornered like that, and the factor in the time it would take an ambulance to come after being called, and the time it would take the paramedics to start knocking on the door, you'd have to know all of those things beforehand, and even then it's not something you'd be able to do normally. Thinking about it logically, the only explanation would be that you're in league with those guys. But if you were, then you wouldn't call the ambulance. Mikoto closes her eyes and nods. Can you please tell us why? We need to be able to trust you. Mikoto takes in my words and opens her eyes again. The answer to that is the most difficult thing to explain.
I think you mean the most stupid thing to explain. It's like the most stupid thing to explain.
The answer is that very sense of contradiction you feel right now. Can you please stop giving us vague answers like that? I'm deeply sorry. However, I have to explain things one at a time for you to understand. Mikoto says with a bow and then continues her explanation. Kusahara Hiroki-san, you have had to make a number of choices to make it this far, correct?
They're all bullshit choices, so not really.
Yeah. No, we let Reina hold on to our arm. That was important.
That was cute, but it's not like the visual novel is gonna fucking implode if we chose the other option. I mean, the choices don't affect the story.
I remember back to the first time I met Mikoto, and the words she whispered in my ear. She had chosen, now it is your turn to choose. Because of the results of various choices, the current state of the world as it is, the thing we call the present, exists, and the means by which the present changes is called the past. Then the future is the amalgamation of all the choices that everyone has made. Wow. Were they writing this with a heart on?
Like they were just like jerking off to like some philosophical text?
Probably.
They were like watching Rick and Morty and their boner was just bursting through their pants?
In other words, there are as many futures as there are choices to be made. Mikoto hesitates a bit and averts her gaze for a moment, then looks back at me and continues. I am able to see a portion of those futures. Silence. The sound of the wind howling through the cavern is surprisingly loud. Are you saying you have precognition? It is not quite the same as that. I'm not able to see the future with certainty. All I'm able to see is the near future, basically what kind of future will be chosen of the possible outcomes. For example, that time when you were being attacked. Because I made the correct choices, we were able to escape the situation without me having to even infiltrate the house. I think I get it. Of course. There were futures where you didn't escape as well. Therefore, in order to prevent those futures from coming to fruition, I took action. This method was the only way to get you to believe that my power is truly real. So yes. That's it, everyone! She can see the future!
Yep.
Isn't that fucking amazing? You all thought it couldn't get stupider? Oh, wait till you see the episodes after this.
Yeah,
I promise you. It
remember,
gets worse!
Yeah,
it gets worse!
Because, like, remember how, like, those CyberConnect guys were spending a fortune on trying to get people to have superpowers, but then some people, like her, she has a superpower anyways.
Mikoto is trying to say that very sense of contradiction I am feeling is the answer. Oh, who fucking cares? In other words, the reason she called the ambulance with such perfect timing wasn't because she was with the JCO, but because she can see the future. Well, it certainly would have been more believable that you were with the JCO than that you could see the future. A few days ago, I wouldn't have believed you at all. That's right. If it had been the me before I met Reina, the me that I was when I met Mikoto in front of Zelkova, I definitely wouldn't have believed her. But now Mikoto's answer just seems like the most natural explanation. No, it fucking doesn't. No.
It still makes more sense that she's fucking betraying you. This is all some long con, because this series always goes for convoluted answers to everything.
That's understandable. It is, after all, the normal conclusion. Mikoto says while smiling sorrowfully. But you've already found yourself wrapped in this very abnormal situation. That is why I finally felt it time to tell you what you need to know. Humans who naturally express the pause gene. I mean, theoretically it is possible, but I didn't realize there were actually people like that. No! Theoretically possible to see the future. That's not...
Yeah, that's the same bullshit, like, X-Men thing, where it's like, oh, it's genetic, but then Storm can control the weather. Like, what kind of fucking protein does that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the lightning controlling protein. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess we skipped over that one in fucking biology, you know?
Yeah.
You know, just like that species of snake that can shoot fucking lava out of its ass, you know? Just magic powers that exist like that, because you just say it's DNA.
Something like being able to see the future is completely unscientific, but given what just occurred, I can't help but believe you. With one of my questions answered, a new feeling starts welling up within me. I'm certainly willing to believe that you have the power to see the future.
Also, just wait. If this thing's genetic, like, why wouldn't the people, like, why would she be a Miko and not, like, a part of, like, some dynasty that controls the whole planet?
I don't know.
I mean, like...
There's a very simple fucking way to get her to prove her power. Take a fucking coin, and if she's able to see every possible outcome, she'll correctly be able to predict all of it without fail, right?
Right, and what you do is you don't flip the coin, you just toss it in the corner of the room and be like, oh, see, did you predict I was going to do that? They say that in advance, and you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah. It's just it. Or, you know, you just hold up a certain amount of fingers behind your back. It's like, if there's only that many possible outcomes, it should be fucking simple for her to be able to predict it without fail.
I mean, but maybe I'm getting it wrong, but, like, maybe the superpowers, like, you don't inherit the same one between generations, but if you had a family that could see into the future, like, wouldn't they just use that to take over power? I mean, even the first two people are all nice. Like, you think no one's going to exploit that shit after, like, generations?
Probably.
It'd be like the easiest thing, because you can see the future, you know how to manipulate people.
It starts burning hotly within me. But if you can see the future, then why didn't you act sooner? Because she said near future. Because that would be broken.
Yeah. Be OP.
If she could see the future, she'd probably just would not give a fuck about anything.
Yeah.
Like the entire future.
Yeah.
It's like starting your life, but you read the last page of of your own biography first.
Yeah.
It's like, well, fuck, that doesn't go so well. May as well fuck off, right?
Yeah. Because that would suck, because you couldn't even do anything with your time. He's like, oh, I'll just play some video games. Oh, wait, I already know how the video game is going to play. Like,
fuck.
You're already done with your life.
Life on New Game Plus sucks, folks.
Yeah.
You don't even get to keep your stats.
No.
Or do you?
No.
Or do you?
Well, I'm sure there's some novel about that where, you know, an OP Gary Stu collects a harem.
Okay. My mouth starts moving before my brain can stop it. Couldn't you have called the ambulance before Kakeru got shot? And Aoi-san too. If you knew she was going to get kidnapped, Why didn't you do something earlier?
ヒロキ
Hiroki, calm down. Reina stops me from continuing my tirade. Sorry. But you took so long in telling us there's so many things you could have done that it's too late now.
申し訳
I'm truly sorry. Mikoto looks down sadly.
私は未来を見ることはできますが変える力は持っていません
I may be able to see the future, but I don't have to... What? That goes against what you just fucking said!
I think what she's trying to say is I don't always have the power to change it.
But she changed it by calling the ambulance.
Yeah, that's the thing.
By saying, like, her saying, like, oh, I can see the possible outcomes. The possible outcome if I call an ambulance. So it's like, okay, there you go. You changed it, dumbass.
Yeah, that's the thing. She's really, like, she's doing a poor job of explaining her own powers, because, like, what she can do is she can change something if it's within her control. Like, she couldn't, like, change an election or something because she can only cast one vote. But if the election was a one-vote difference, then okay, she could change it. But, like, it's only based on if she knows that it's something she can do.
Yeah.
Like, if there was, like, if they were in Sweden, she couldn't call the fucking ambulance, because, like, she doesn't know how to speak Swedish, so she wouldn't be able to tell them anything in time.
This is... It's so fucking dumb.
Yeah, she like, this needs another read-through, or just to be thrown in the trash in general.
There's not much I can do about a future that's already been decided, but you just did. Please tell me one more thing.
彼女は選択した
What did you mean when you said she has chosen the first time we met? And that'd be my turn to choose next.
ソラノのこと
Were you talking about Serrano?
はい
Yes. Mikoto nods and goes over to one of the candles strewn about all over the room.
この大二玉神社は
The Ofutama Shrine was built hundreds of years ago.
その当時から悩み迷う方々その中でも常人が持っていない力を生まれながらに持ち
Since then, countless people have come here to express their worries and fears and to seek guidance. Among the people that were here to guide them, there have been those that have had unnatural abilities.
Like the ability to just pull out whatever card's convenient to win their game of Duel Monsters.
君の持つ力のような
By unnatural abilities, you mean superpowers like yours.
私たちは超能力というような
I would not use the word superpowers to describe them, but yes.
そのような特定の言葉で言い表せるものではなく人が持つ個性の一つだと捉えています
These abilities are not something so otherworldly, they are simply another expression of the kinds of unique traits all humans have. Mikoto lights another candle while answering.
Yeah, because, you know, blonde hair and fucking lightning fists are exactly the same.
After all, the fact that you are a man, Hiroki-san, and that you are a woman, Reina-san, is just another one of your traits.
You know, penis, vagina, laser eyes, lightning speed, travel, you know, flying as a person. It's all the same.
Being smart or caring are also just traits. I debate that with you a bit.
You know, prison, your house, a military base, a building that's collapsing under a tsunami. It's all the same. They're all just stuff that's built.
それらと同じで
In the same way, being able to do something other people can't is just another trait. A gift from heaven, if you will. You just said it wasn't otherworldly, you fucking idiot!
You know, some people are good
It's not otherworldly. A gift from heaven. Jesus Christ!
You know, some people are good at math. Some people can see into the literal fucking future. It's all the same.
She's doing the worst job in the world explaining this.
You know, some people can walk from one house to their work. Some people can walk through time. It's all the exact same thing.
Stupid. Like, is this like a translation thing or just the writer being fucking terrible? Because like she's just like I would insist you not refer it to something as otherworldly and then calls it a gift from heaven, for fuck's sakes.
But like heaven is just another place though, so it's not otherworldly. It's just you know, like some places are places and some places are heaven.
Mikoto walks to another corner of the room and lights another candle.
しかし人間というものは自分と違うもの
However, humans are a species that fear what they cannot understand.
Well, maybe they could understand if you could explain shit without contradicting yourself every other sentence.
Those who have abilities that go beyond the normal person are often persecuted and feared by others.
Yeah, like I watch Rick and Morty, so I'm smarter than everyone, and you know, and then ladies don't want to sleep with me. That's why.
私たちは代々そのような悩める方が他の方々と共存し
We have, for generations, shown those with special powers how to coexist with others and help them find their place in the world.
Also, if this one random, like, buttfuck shrine in Japan can get multiple superpower people, like, why is no one blowing the lid on this shit?
I don't know.
I mean, like things inside the government get leaked all the time. You know, like, you think someone would be like...
Because they're all nice people, Trevor.
You think one guy would be like, oh, like, maybe they have a power like Hiroki where they can heal from shit, you know? They become like a circus performer, like, okay, like, stab me with this fucking sword, and they get stabbed and gutted, and then, like, their fucking intestines just roll back into them, like, see? And then someone's like, how are you doing that? You know, like, you think someone would blow the lid off this shit eventually if it's that common, but no, apparently not.
I, too, have been granted a gift from heaven, and... Mikoto lights the last of candles and turns to face us. Serrano-san was as well. After hearing about how Mikoto had powers, I had a feeling that might be the case. Considering the shrine's history, it makes sense, so hearing it directly from Mikoto only confirms what I already suspected. But at the same time, it just doesn't feel real.
Well, you know, it's seeing into the future is a trait, having big titties is a trait. They're both powers in their own way.
Serrano had this power too. Did you never feel like there was anything strange about Serrano-san?
Like being willing to spend time with Hiroki, despite being able to do better than him?
Anything strange? I think back to all the memories I have of Serrano. I try to recall if there was anything strange about any of them. Oh yeah, there was just one thing that I thought was strange. Serrano didn't really get involved with too many other people. Considering how cheerful she was when she was with me and Kakeru, she should have been able to make a ton of friends if she wanted.
She also had big titties, so that helps.
So why hang out with the likes of me? That was a question that was always in the back of my mind. Almost all the memories of Serrano are of a bright, cheerful, and very kind girl. But there were times when she would occasionally look at someone with a look of terror on her face.
Probably because they were ogling her big titties.
That it always struck me as strange. Why was she so scared of strangers? And why did she talk to someone like me? Correct. Serrano-san was deathly afraid of strangers. Mikoto looks up at the rays of light pouring down into the cave from the sky, her voice tinged with nostalgia. Then after a short silence, she looks back at us and begins speaking once more. She had the ability to read other people's thoughts.
Yeah, and when we record this the first time, I made an offhand joke about her being able to read Hiroki's memories before we said this, so, you know, I'm just throwing that in there.
Yeah, cool. So, there you go, everyone! I told you it gets stupider.
Yeah, she can read people's thoughts.
Serrano had mind-reading powers.
And I'm calling bullshit that she'd be friends with Hiroki and Kakeru. Apparently, everyone else scares her, but these two people have pure thoughts. Fuck you. We know that's not true. Like, friend Kakeru hacks into shit, so, I mean, he's clearly not some innocent little kid.
Well, to be fair, you think Serrano would even understand his thoughts?
Kakeru's?
Yeah. It'd just be computer jargon.
Maybe, but I mean...
And Hiroki's just, you know, he's a fucking beta.
You're telling me he didn't think about fucking motorboating those titties, not even once when they were hanging out?
Maybe he's an ass man.
Oh, okay, motorboating her butt. You know, he's flirting with fucking Reina, and you can say, oh, that's your choices. Fuck you. It's within the game. It's his character. You're telling me that he's just like, and he's also a guy that wants to fucking kill himself. He clearly has some dark fucking thoughts. Like, what's so special about him? Is everyone else in this universe just like literally Hitler inside their own head?
Probably.
Like everyone just thinks about how they're gonna kill everyone around them all the time and like fucking like, you know, eat their corpses, and like Hiroki's the one person who's not like a serial killing cannibal. She's like, I'm gonna be friends with you.
Read other people's thoughts.
Is that why she liked cats? Because she couldn't read their thoughts? Or is it just because their thoughts are so stupid that you don't care that you can read their thoughts?
Wait a second, how does that work though? Can you only read human thoughts? Because if so, that would mean you could read animal thoughts, you could read insect thoughts. So, you know, where would it end?
You could become like a super successful biologist with that shit, because you know the right answers, but you could just kind of like bullshit to make it seem like you figured it out the right way.
Or you could have go on a witty adventure and be a con man or something.
Yeah.
She was able to perceive other people's thoughts and feelings whether she willed it or not. So she couldn't even turn it off.
Oh, that'd be the worst thing ever. Because, like, I know Code Geass had a guy with that power, and basically his whole thing was that he became a sociopath because, like, whenever he was around people, like, they wouldn't shut up with their thoughts.
I can't say I blame that.
Yeah.
I don't think you could even do... Imagine working retail with that power.
Oh my fucking god. Imagine going to retail with that power.
Yeah.
Ah, man. Fucking you need an Amazon drone fucking everything to your house. And imagine the drone had thoughts.
You'd probably live on the internet, because there you couldn't read people's thoughts, right?
Yeah, they tend to speak their mind.
Still better.
Yeah, slightly.
Still better, man.
Yeah.
Like, you'd be a shut-in. Justifiably a shut-in.
Yeah. But you could make your money with blackmailing people, though.
True.
Yeah.
That would all depend on the situation. Anyways, hearing that made me remember something. Why am I playing this game? It's fucking dumb. Once, when I was seeing Serrano off the shrine gate as usual, I was suddenly scared by the notion she might go off somewhere and never come back again. Don't worry, I'll be back, just wait here. Those were her words to me. I remember feeling embarrassed because I thought I let my fears show on my face. But apparently even that wasn't because of my expression, sorry. People have all sorts of emotions. Among them are emotions filled with malice. People rarely show such feelings out in the open, but if people knew that what they were really thinking, it's only natural that they'd shrink away from them.
And don't forget all the sexual fetishes.
Yeah. Even more so if they're kind people like Serrano-san. Why didn't she ever tell me? Serrano-san paid special attention to make sure no one would ever know of her power. I respected Serrano's way of life, and so I wished to at least be by her side to give her some peace of mind. So that's what it was. Mikoto softly continues. There's no need to blame yourself. The fact that someone like you had no ill will or our ulterior motives continued to be by her most definitely must have been what her saved her. Fuck, I just want to get through this scene already.
No ulterior motives.
Is that really true? Hiroki, please listen closely to what I'm about to tell you. You have seen with your very eyes the kinds of disturbing events that have been transpiring around you. In those disturbing events, right now they are limited to just a few areas, but soon their malice will eat away at the entire world. Does that have something to do with the JCO? I'm terribly sorry. However, I cannot tell you the specifics. Right now, the experiences that you have gone through are all there is, and... Mikoto hesitates a little and pauses shortly before continuing. The malice that is currently spreading is a result of Serrano-san's choice. She has chosen, so that's what Mikoto meant. No, that doesn't explain what she meant at all. Everything that's happening now is a result of Serrano's choice. What do you mean? Chosen implies a decision made about one's own will, but it's not necessarily always the case. Fucking Christ, just stop padding the scene and fucking get over it! Ugh!
Oh yeah, by the way, if you think this is bad, this is us for every episode beyond this.
Holy fuck, does this game get worse?
Yeah.
Sometimes one is forced to make a choice regardless of their own will. She too was forced into choosing. Jesus Christ, it's like clicking every fucking link on a Wikipedia page.
And just as asinine.
One choice was to sacrifice herself and become the trigger to accelerate the spread of this malice. The other was a future where she chose to save herself and delay the spreading of this malice. In the end, she chose to sacrifice herself. Why would she? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. She could save herself and delay the problem at the same time. It's obvious the better choice would be to... If all you knew was that, then indeed the latter choice might have been the better one.
Yes, so why don't you explain the stupid way first, so you can explain the better way later, like...
However, the latter choice has a continuation. She'd be able to save herself and delay the impending problem, but... Hiroki-san, it was a future in which you became a sacrifice instead. Huh? A future where I had become the sacrifice? So basically, if Serrano had picked the latter choice, I'd be dead right now.
あまり想像がつかないとは思いますが、今こうして
It may be hard to imagine, but the reason you are here right now is because of Serrano-san's choice. I didn't know what to say to that. I can tell instinctively that every word Mikoto is saying is the truth.
私がソラノさんの未来について
When I told Serrano-san about the options she had left, though, she was of course quite troubled.
そして帰り際、彼女は笑顔でこうおっしゃい
When
ま
it
し
was
た。
time for her to go, she told me with a smile
その瞬間が来るまでよく考えてみる。
that she'd think hard about it until it was finally time for her to choose.
それがソラノさんと最
Those were the last words Serrano-san ever spoke to me. I didn't know. I didn't know a damn thing about Serrano. Hiro-kun, I think it's better if we don't meet anymore. I can't imagine how much pain and suffering had been behind those words, behind that unreasonable choice she had to make. And I hadn't noticed any of it. I just selfishly felt hurt at those words and selfishly said all those things back to hurt her. Even though I'd been with her for so long, I did something so terrible to Serrano in her last moments. Oh, my eyes hurt. I bury my forehead in my right hand and feel its warmth.
ヒロキ、大丈夫？
Hiroki, are you alright? Reina softly puts a hand on my back.
こればかりは推測する
This
し
is
かあり
only
ません。
speculation, however. Mikoto says timidly as she averts her gaze again.
ソラノさんがあなたを選んだのは、あなたが持っている可能性を
Isn't the reason Serrano-san chose you is because she believed in your potential?
俺の
My potential?
つまりあなたの命が助かりつつ
That saving your life would mean that you'd be able to bring balance back to the world. She was hoping for the very best future possible.
Yeah, it's a chosen one plot.
Isn't that too optimistic a choice? The odds are way too low for you to bet your life on this. But even so, it's the kind of choice you would make, Serrano.
私はあなたの
I've been carefully watching over you.
Settle down, Christian.
あなたは抜け
At
殻
first, you were nothing but a shell of a man chasing after the memory of Serrano.
でもここ数日は何か行動を
But now,
起こ
these
そうとして
past few days, you have started to act.
この不穏な状態
Struggling as hard as you can to rectify the disturbing state of the world. I can feel the strength of your will now.
だから
That is why I chose to come speak to you now.
あなたの意志には
Your will has the power to change this world. I truly believe that.
私は
Like,
そう考えています。
I wonder how much shorter this scene would be if they took out all of the dialogue boxes that just three-peat
Redundant.
information.
Yeah, just go over redundant shit.
ソラノさん
Serrano-san made that choice because she believed in you. Please do not let this sacrifice go to waste. Mikoto bows deeply to me. It's almost time.
私に
There are things I must attend to, so I shall take my leave.
互いに最善を尽くし
Let
ま
us
しょ
all
う
do our best.
But yeah, I do find that like the format of visual novels, they do have a habit of like over-explaining things and going into too much detail. Like,
Yeah.
someone to pick something up, like, oh, I reach over to the mahogany table and pick up a phone that has a smooth ceramic texture, and it's like you picked up the fucking phone.
Trevor,
Yeah.
we've reached the end.
Oh, we did. Okay, so
Okay, so-
the next episode is going to be edited into
I'm
this
gonna
one.
splice the next episode into this, so we're gonna go back to the past to play some shitty games that suck ass.
Okay, the topical reference, cool. Yeah, so this actually isn't the end of the episode, even though it is for us.
But yeah, the section of us going back to replay the game is over. So from this point out, you'll see our genuine reaction to things.
Oh yeah, basically, you know, like that episode.
The game gets so much worse.
Okay, so you know that time when like the blade arm guy showed up and we were done with this game? Like we get an increasing amount of done with this game basically every episode from this point on. The ending is fucking magnificent. Like, and I think it's episode 19, is it, that like we're done? Like beyond done. It's the best.
I don't know. Anyways, we're done. We're gonna go. I'm hungry and I'm cranky and I'm tired of this.
Yeah. And the last episode is like 2 hours long, about give or take some editing. So
Whatever. Bye-bye.
yeah. So look forward to
Oh wait, no, not bye-bye. Cut to the next part now, future Christian. Whoosh. Hi everyone, welcome back to Memories Dogma, the game that gets stupider every line of dialogue we click through.
I mean, it's not that bad. It's just every episode, on average, it gets more stupid.
I can see the future, but only sort of, Trevor.
It's like a Deus Ex Machina, but like not like a full Deus Ex Machina.
I can see the future too. I see this game getting even stupider.
That's not seeing the future. That's just common sense.
Okay. You ever wonder if like the creator of this game just what would happen if he came across this Let's Play? How DCMA'd would this series be out of the salt?
But how would he file the DCMA when he can't write?
Oh, Lethalix is now playing Gary's mod. Thank you for letting me know that, Steam. I don't know if that shows up in the recording, but whatever.
Okay.
He's the music guy, and
Yeah, I know that, but I mean,
I'm just making that known to the audience. Anyways, let's actually we've gotten sidetracked now. We all leave.
Okay, but we're not getting sidetracked quite enough yet. Does he do music on the end slates of this channel still?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't notice that, but I mean, yeah. Fair enough.
We all leave the room in the cave and head back to the shrine. The cicadas are chirping loudly, as if trying to remind me my hearing hasn't gone yet. The sun's pretty high in the sky now. With the sun warming my body, I think about everything Mikoto told me. Serrano chose this future to save my life. Hiro-kun, I think it's better if we don't meet anymore. Serrano's words repeat in my mind again. I just got angry at her for saying that. I never even spared a thought for how she might have been feeling when she said that. Just what have I been doing this whole time?
Yeah.
I couldn't even realize the meaning behind the words of someone so close to me. I really am pathetic.
But I like how he's like, oh, I didn't even think about how she was feeling when one of my close friends stopped wanting to be friends with me. It's like, well, like, you'd have to be kind of a fucking saint to be like that, you know?
Yeah. I mutter out loud without realizing it, and Reina turns to look at me.
さっきミコトが言ってたでしょ。ヒロキの存在はきっと空野にとっては救いだったって。
Didn't Mikoto say it too, Hiroki? Your existence is what saved Serrano. I just happened to be there with her. And even with that, I wasn't able to understand a single thing about Serrano. She's doing a little pout.
思うんだけど、それってヒロキが勝手にそう思ってるだけなんじゃないの？
This is just my opinion, but that's just what you keep telling yourself, isn't it, Hiroki? Hmm?
空野にとってヒロキが自分のことを正しく分かっているかどうかは重要じゃなかった。むしろ知らなくても一緒にいてくれることが嬉しかったんじゃないの？
I'm almost certain Serrano didn't care if you understood her completely or not, Hiroki. In fact, she must have been happy knowing you decided to stay with her, even knowing everything about it. About her.
Yeah, without knowing.
それをもう一度空野と話してみればいいんじゃない？
If you don't believe me, why not talk to Serrano again and ask her?
その上でくよくよし続けるのかどうか考えた方が建設的だと思うけど。
It's a lot more constructive than standing here worrying about it.
She's telling me, be like, oh yeah, no, I fucking hated you, Hiroki, piece of shit. Get the fuck out of here. Why are you even spending the last 49 days of my digital memory fucking wasting it with you? Can I just be digitombed already?
Yeah. She throws that all out quickly as she wanted to say that for a long time, then sighs. Reina.
私また率直にものを言い過ぎてるかも。
Perhaps I'm being too blunt again.
Well, it is one of your few character traits.
今のヒロキにはこれくらいがちょうどいいかと思って。
But I think you need a little bluntness right now, Hiroki. Haha.
なんで笑ってるの？
What's so funny?
いや、レイナの言う通りだなって思ってさ。
Nah, just thinking that you're absolutely right, Reina.
Hiroki agrees.
It's just as Reina said, there's no point in trying to guess at what she was thinking. It's far more sensible to just confirm these things directly.
空野がどんなことを考えていたのか。
I'll ask Serrano herself what she was really thinking.
そう。
Exactly. Reina's expression softened, as if the tension has been drained from her. I'm sure Reina must have felt overwhelmed and unsure after all the surprising things we just heard, too.
悪いな。俺はいつも自分のことばっかりで。
Sorry, I'm only ever thinking about myself.
ヒロキはむしろ自分を卑下しすぎ。
Rather, I think you think too little of yourself, Hiroki.
周囲の人たちに気を使うのはいいけど、自分を存在に扱いすぎてる。
It's good that you care so much about others, but you're way too hard on yourself.
そうなのかな。
You think so?
そうなの。だから、あんまり自分を卑下しないで。
Yes, I do, so don't think so little of yourself. Reina's words cheer me up a little. These past few days, Reina's constantly been supporting me and keeping me grounded.
ほら、早く空野と通信をつないでみて。
What are you waiting for? Try contacting Serrano. Isn't the battery dead?
あ、わかった。
Yeah, got it. I go on to turn on my MRD only to remember that I'd forgotten something very
し
important.
まった。こいつ充電が切れてるんだ。
Crap, I forgot it was out of batteries.
そうなの？
Huh? Really?
ああ、充電しようと思ってた矢先に例の奴らに襲われたから。
Yeah, I was planning on charging it last night, but then those guys showed up.
But if that like destroyed her data or something stupid, because that's how
こういう
this
家に戻るわけに
visual
もい
novel is
かない
probably
し
going to work with its technology.
I see. Well, we can hardly go back to Aoi's house now.
チャージスポットを使うしかないわね。
We'll have to find a charging spot. Charging spots are located where you can quickly charge your MRD.
But didn't everyone charge it wirelessly? Like, isn't that a little
Can't you just
redundant?
plug it into a wall with a micro USB cord?
Yeah, that's probably how it would work. But I mean, like, the whole idea of the charging spots is that they all charge wirelessly and you just hook up online all the time. And the only reason you wouldn't hook up if you were a suspicious motherfucker who was trying not to be noticed. So to put them around everywhere would seem really suspicious.
Yeah.
Like, they'd be like the sketchiest places around.
They're usually located in places people pass through often, like stations, public facilities, large shopping centers, universities, and along streetlights.
Hopefully not every single streetlight.
I believe there should be one at the department store.
Wasn't that the one that got blown up?
It's not far from here either. Wait. You're telling me they have to go to a department store to charge his, what is essentially his phone equivalent, right?
You can tell the author, like...
Plug it into a fucking wall!
Okay, but here's the thing. You can tell the author didn't know how to get from this scene to the scene he wanted to, so he went back road in the battery shit and then just brought it up here again.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be like, you know, like in some war movie of like, we won this battle here. Oh yeah, but I'm gonna bullets. We gotta go to like the bullet store out west and go there.
If we're going to use a charging spot, then we'll have to go through some main streets. And they're on the run too, so like, no. This is... nobody could be this stupid. Especially when designing a device that's supposed to be the ultimate convenience. You're telling me I can't plug it into a regular power outlet? Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah, that's like every smart
Like,
device
what does
you
it
have.
run on? Magic? Do I have to go into magic spots to charge it with it?
Yeah, I have to go to that closet that connects to Narnia and then put the USB inside there.
Yeah. I'd prefer not to go to places where there's a lot of people. It's been a good amount of time since the police sent out wanted notices for us. There's a pretty good chance someone will recognize our faces from the wanted posters by now.
Or your blue fucking hair.
I don't think they'd be putting up physical posters at this point for them.
But they'd have little like fucking MRD notices on your news feed app or whatever the fuck it is.
リスクはあるけど、それ以外に方法はないと思う。様子を見る
It'll be risky, but there aren't any other options. If nothing else, we should at least get close to check out the situation. Oh god, I can't help but be salty at every fucking thing that comes out of their mouth, because... it's just, whatever.
わかった。
Alright, let's do it. It's true that I can't really think of any other way to charge my MRD. Neither could the author. And if I can't charge my MRD, I can't talk to Serrano. We start heading for a street that has a charging spot.
But do you need to fucking talk to Serrano? Like, I get it. Obviously, you want the confirmation and validation and, like, closure and all that, but, like, she was your fucking friend. She chose to save your life. She didn't give a fuck about all your concerns that you had. Like, oh, what if I wasn't a good friend? Well, she thought you were a good enough friend to not fucking let you die.
Yeah. That's how it works, man.
Yeah, like...
Can't say I'm that much of a friend to you.
No, ditto. I mean, I wasn't gonna bring it up because that's just mean, but, you know...
I was joking, I would. Maybe. I don't know, it depends on the situation.
See, you can't commit to that statement. I'm not saying you have to, though. I mean, Besides, not even in positions where they're just regular people that run up and like fucking try to shoot us or something.
I'd let my YouTube channel die for you. That's basically my life now.
Yeah, but then you just asked me to buy you video games or whatever.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, if you had no money, you couldn't survive without your JPEGs. That's what we call JRPGs, by the way, just so people know.
Yeah. We crossed the signal in front of the shrine and head west down a road with a sign that reads Fuchu, so we're not gonna... We don't have any other arrangements with the Miko girl, apparently?
I don't know, I mean, she was cute. She told us something plot necessary. You got to put her on the cover of the game or whatever, and then there she's out. I mean...
I don't think she's on the cover.
Whatever, I don't give a shit. She'll be on, like, the cover of the second volume, whatever.
At the corner of the first intersection are 3 charging spots. Unfortunately, there's no one else there. We walk quickly towards the charging spots while trying to avoid standing out. I head to the one on the far right and place my MRD on the elliptical plate. It'll leave a record. Reina mutters unhappily. It's true that if I use this charging spot, it'll leave a record of which terminal I used and at what time. Why the hell couldn't you just use an outlet? God, this is so forced and I hate it. I know it'll be traced, but as long as we can evade the authorities for a few more days, that's all I need.
Well, I mean, they didn't track them by GPS for like a fucking week, so
Also, I just realized something. When you're saying like he needs to talk to Serrano right now, won't she be digitombed? Isn't this the last day, or is it 2 days?
It might be 2 days. I didn't remember because it's been a while since we recorded the last episode. But yeah, like what I'm saying though is that like the police like. They could have GPS tracked Hiroki
at the start of the game for days.
Yeah, and they didn't do that, so now suddenly we're supposed to worry about it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, it'd be like if you had a character like Superman who can shrug off bullets, then all of a sudden some guy walked up to him with a gun, he's like, oh my god, he might shoot at me. Like, no, you already established this isn't a fucking issue.
Alright, I'll keep a lookout then. Thanks. I start charging. An AR display pops up saying 10 minutes remaining. Oh, like you need to charge it all the way full. I think back to one of my professors talking about how it used to take hours to charge things back in the day. Compared to those days, charging is a lot faster now. But right now, even those 10 minutes feel like a lifetime.
Well, you'd be surprised about the energy density of orphan blood as a power source.
How's everything looking? Nothing unusual so far.
I mean, you can complain about its ethics, but you can't deny its efficiency.
Yeah. I casually glance around the street to see crowds of people walking down it. Thanks to the aftermath of that explosion a few days back, a good number of side streets leading to Fuchu Station are still blocked off. In addition, Fuchu Station itself is closed off. Despite all that, it feels like there's even more people than usual for the weekend.
Oh, by the way, I just noticed they're in front of Zelkova.
Oh. Is that? Oh, it does say, yeah. Sure are a lot of people today. It looks like something's caught Reina's attention. I follow her gaze and see a group of yukata-clad girls walking down the street. Oh yeah, there's a festival here tonight.
And each one of them has a different evolution.
A summer festival to herald the season's end. There's going to be a fireworks festival at the Tama River, and there's a bunch of stalls lined up in the area. Serrano used to love going to this festival every year, so Kakeru and I would get dragged along every time. Festivals seem like they'd be a lot of fun. I really like how colorful the yukatas are, too. Okay, Reina confirmed to like yukatas.
Okay, so what stupid plot twist is gonna get them to the festival?
I'm gonna call it now.
Like, okay, so there's like a data chip, like one of those superpower chips. One of those superpower chips. The scientist guy, like, he's going with like his wife or his daughter to this festival, and he's like, he has the superpower chip in his pocket. and they need to like disguise themselves and like steal the superpower chip. But first they're gonna play those like that little fish game and like the little like the pop gun game where like they're all glued to the thing so you can't actually shoot it, and it's all shenanigans and bamboozles. And then they gotta watch the fireworks for whatever reason, and they end up like kissing or whatever. But like you get like an option, but it doesn't make a difference. It's like don't kiss Rain. It's like I kissed her anyways.
Okay, your prediction's set in stone.
Okay.
Raina seems...
Write that all down on the screen, by the way,
No.
while I'm talking about it, so that way the viewers can confirm it.
The viewers will remember what you say. Raina seems bewitched as she stares at the girls walking by.
What did you say, by the way?
What? What?
Oh, okay, you weren't joking. I was going to say that was really clever, actually. Because I asked you, what did you say again? As if I didn't remember.
I don't understand the joke here.
You were saying the viewers aren't going to forget what you said, so then I forgot what you said.
Oh, I didn't get it.
Okay.
Way to kill the mood, Trevor. Looks like Raina's got an interest in yukatas.
I mean, I'm not a huge fan myself, but I'm not going to say no to my girl cosplay if it's Reina.
Yeah, I bet you wouldn't.
浴衣くらいお前も普通に着ればいいだろ
You could just wear a yukata too if you want.
そんな簡単に言わないで。すごく勇気がいること。
Please don't make it sound so simple. It takes a lot of courage to wear a yukata.
いや今だったらそんな高くないのも売ってるし
Not really. I mean, they sell some pretty cheap ones, so they're not hard to get.
そういう問題じゃないの。私には。
That's not the problem. I'm not sure if I'd be able to pull it off properly.
I thought the whole thing was that it looks better if you don't have a large bust.
I don't know.
I mean, that's what my animes told me, and animes always tell the truth about Japan. I mean, it's all like tentacle monsters, and every high school has thigh highs as part of their uniform.
Reina turns away as she says that. So she's just worried she won't look good in one, but she can't bring herself to say it straight up. After thinking about it for a bit, I finally speak up. If it gives us a choice right here, I swear.
いや
We're picking the Yukata one, right?
Yeah.
似合うと思うけどな
I think you'd look good in one.
いいわよ。気を使ってお世辞なんて言わ
You're
ないで。
just saying that to be nice.
Okay, just wait. Let's hold up. I gotta go on a bit of a rant. Okay, so like, this girl is a child genius who like basically invented the new smartphones, and she's also super cute. But we're supposed to expect that she's like, I wouldn't look good in one, baka. Like, no, fuck you. That's not how any human being who invents that. I mean, like, do you think Albert Einstein was like, you know, just having stupid thoughts like this? No, probably not.
Reina's looking more and more embarrassed.
He pulled off his yukata with fucking class.
I really do think one would look good on you, though. Oh well, maybe I shouldn't have said anything. We both wait around awkwardly for my MRD to finish charging.
ちょっと聞きたいんだけど。
Excuse me, do you have a minute? Who's talking to us now? Suddenly, I hear a voice behind me. I turn around and see a kindly old lady standing behind me. But looks can be deceiving. She might be a JCO agent or with the police. Reina and I tense up. Yes? I step forward, trying to block Reina from her line of sight. The old lady pulls out a map on her MRD and asks,
公民館にはどっちに行った
How do I get to this community center? I don't know.
But she has a map.
And she knows where it is on the map because she's saying this community center.
JCO agent, I guess.
Oh, she's asking for directions. I try to keep my face hidden as much as possible as I direct her, then return to the charging spot.
Oh, so that reminds me, it's one time actually, like I was at a bus stop, and I was reading the comic Preacher. Like I think I let you borrow that one. Did you?
Yeah, I read it all.
Okay, yeah. So you know that like the content is like, you know, it gets pretty 18 plus at some moments. And like I was reading one, and there's this old lady, and she basically like she had poor vision because she was old. She wanted me to like read what bus stops are like showing up when and all that. And like I was worried because like I think the picture I was at was something like Satan was on it or something like that. And this is like some old lady. And it's like, okay, good, she didn't notice. Good thing her vision's shit, because I was gonna like worry she's gonna notice that and like be all worried. But yeah, no, it was a funny story.
It was in a what is that word? Say it for me.
Innocuous.
Innocuous. Okay, that's how you say that.
And if not, we're gonna get like 16 quadrillion comments.
Gotta make sure I say things
it's
correctly.
Actually cacophony.
But it still left me exhausted.
Is that how you say missingo, or was it missing no, or I
Yes.
don't know. Yeah.
I let out a long sigh as Reina pats my back a little to comfort me.
そんなに緊張してたら怪しまれないものも怪
If
し
you're
ま
that
れる
nervous, even people who don't suspect us will start to suspect us.
いやなんか俺の顔がすごく見られてるよ
Well, it just feels like she was trying to get a good look at my face.
気のせいよ
It's just your imagination.
私から見
She
たら
just looked like a lost old lady to me.
I mean, she was looking at your face while talking to you.
Well, I guess you're right.
That's how people talk to people.
The moment you start suspecting one person, you start thinking everyone that passes, families, students, literally everyone is staring at you and whispering.
大丈夫こんなに通行人が多いのはかえって好都合だと思う
Don't worry, if anything, having this many people around is better for us.
誰もすれ違う一人一人の顔なんて真剣に
People
見て
won't be
ないよ
scrutinizing each face that passes them because there's so many people.
まあ確かにそう
Yeah, you're probably right. Now that I think about it, it's not like I really study the face of everyone I pass when I'm walking down the street normally either. However, anyone who's acting a little strange will instantly attract attention. So it'll be better to just act naturally to avoid standing out.
待って
Wait. Reina's voice turns grim.
横断歩道の方
Look over there, at the crosswalk. Reina doesn't shift her gaze at all and points with her finger. I take a sidelong glance in the direction Reina's pointing and see a police officer heading towards
ま
us.
ずいな
This is bad.
早く行きましょう
Let's go. I check the AR display and see that my MRD is already 82% charged. It'll only take one more minute to fully charge, but we don't really have time to wait that long. Wait. Okay, I'm sure the math is kind of off for that. 10, whatever.
Well, they said things charge super fast, but yeah.
Whatever.
行こう
It's more than
Let's go.
1/10 of the charge, so.
This much charge should last us for now. I take my MRD off the plate and put it back on my left
揺れない
wrist.
感じで通り抜けるぞ
Let's just try to casually walk past him. Reina nods silently. The police officer finishes crossing the street and starts approaching us. We leave the charging spot and try to pass right by him, but... Suddenly, I feel something grab my left hand.
And from the CG, it's obviously Reina, because she's like trying to like hold your hand so that you look like a couple.
I've been focusing my whole attention on the police officer, so I jump in surprise. I look over and see Reina's hand holding mine.
いいから
Just keep going like
向
this.
こうの交差点まで歩いて横断歩道
Go all the way to the intersection and cross the crosswalk.
分かった
Alright. While we're talking, I see the police officer start up his MRD out of the corner of my eye. It looks like he's contacting someone. Don't tell me he's realized who we are. I'm about to break into a run, but Reina stops me.
落ち着いてそのままやり過ごせば大丈夫だ
Calm down, we'll be fine if we just keep walking like this.
あ
Got it.
すまない
Sorry.
信号が変わる少しだ
The
け
signal's about to change. Let's speed up a bit. We speed up a little as the signal starts to flash that it's about to change. And it just barely cross in time. Alright. We managed to put a whole intersection distance between us and that police officer.
このまま裏道に回った方がいいな
We should probably move to the side streets now.
そうね
Yes, you're right. I pull Reina with me down on one of the side streets. We put as much distance between us and the main street as we can and stop at a small park on the outskirts of town. There's a few families in the center of the park where the playground is, but the water fountain and the clearing and the trees are completely empty, so we hide ourselves here.
もう大丈夫そうね
We should be fine now. People probably won't come here, so we can talk here without getting interrupted. I'm still holding hands with Reina. I'm not sure if I should let go now or not. I stare at Reina's hand and realize she's staring at mine too.
Thank you, Reina. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, how much of a loser you have to be to apologize for holding someone's hand?
What if it's his first time?
Then you just censor it out and declare it lewd.
Yeah. Thank you, Reina.
I mean, you wear a glove.
No glove, no hand holding.
Yeah.
That's how it works. For what?
とっさに
no
起点を
glove, no
聞かせてくれて
What?
おかげで
No
助かっ
glove,
た
no love.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay.
Your quick thinking is what got us out of there, so thanks.
別になんてことないわ。
I didn't really do much, I'm just glad it worked out. We smile at each other and eventually let go of each other's
立
hands.
ってるのもなんだし座ろう。
Well, no reason to just stand here, let's sit down.
そうね。
Yeah. I sit down at one of the chairs near the water fountain. Reina sits down on the one across from me. The sound of the water is quite pleasing, and I watch the jet spray out over and over.
さて
Now then. I take a deep breath. The time has finally come to ask Serrano. However, I hesitate to touch my MRD. I'm scared of turning it on. Even though I've spent so much time with Serrano, I'm afraid a completely different girl is going to show up in front of me. A completely new sense of nervousness assails me.
大丈夫。
It's okay, you don't need to be afraid. It looks like Reina senses my hesitation. I strengthen my resolve and turn on my MRD to call Serrano.
ヒロ君。
Ah, Hiro-kun. We meet again. I look at Serrano a little guardedly. I try to say something, but I'm not sure what to say. Serrano looks around with a worried expression.
ヒロ君とレイナちゃん、どうして外に。
Hiro-kun, Reina-chan, why are you outside?
ちょっと気分転換
We
を
just felt like getting a breath of fresh air. I'm unwilling to talk about the events of last night just yet, so I go with the safe answer.
かける君とお姉ちゃんは。
Where are Kakeru-kun and One-chan? However, Serrano continues with an even more difficult to answer question.
あ
I'm not sure if I should say it or not. I can't decide what to say next.
もしかして。
Don't tell me. Something happened to them? Serrano asked nervously. If I can't be honest here, then why did I call Serrano out at all? I steel myself and speak.
実はあの後俺たちは襲われた。
The truth is, after you left last night, we were attacked. Probably by thugs sent by the JCO.
かけるはその時に怪我をして。救急車
Kakeru was injured in the attack, and an ambulance took him to the hospital.
そんな。かける君は無事なの。
No way, is Kakeru-kun safe?
そう思いたいが。
I want to believe he is, but I can't be sure.
お姉ちゃん。お姉ちゃんは。
One-chan, what about One-chan?
おそらく
She was most likely kidnapped.
ごめん。空の。
I'm sorry, Serrano, I should have stopped them.
ヒロ君のせいじゃない。
No, it's not your fault, Hiro-kun.
レイナちゃんも。
I'm just glad you and Reina-chan are alright. So, I was thinking of something where it's just like... What do you think are the odds that, like, Aoi-san is sort of in on this? Because I think, though, like, since Serrano could read minds, wouldn't she be aware? But at the same time, maybe this is like an after her death sort of deal?
I mean, it could be something like, oh, like once they interrogate her or whatever, like they switch her over, and she's like, oh, I escaped, and now she's a traitor. Like, I don't fucking know. I mean,
I'm just glad you and Reina-chan are alright.
I mean, being able to predict what happens in this plot would require the writer, like, giving a fuck,
Yeah.
which they don't.
Serrano's just trying to be considerate, I can tell. She smiles faintly. But her bright expression looks like it could vanish at any second. She's clearly forcing herself to look cheerful. That's just how Serrano always is, hiding her own worries so as to not worry others.
ヒロ君。
I'm finally able to talk to Serrano again, but the words just won't come out right.
そらの。あなたがいない間。
Serrano, we found something out in the time you were gone. Reina takes over and starts speaking for me.
I swear that's just medicinal.
And as if saying the rest is up to you, she nods to me.
その。神社で
Well,
ミコトっていう
we met with a shrine maiden called Mikoto at the shrine.
And who
At
the
shrine.
fuck names their daughter Mikoto when they know they're gonna be a Miko? It'd be like actually naming Bob the Builder as a kid. It's fucked up.
Ah, it looks like Serrano's already guessed where this is going. That we heard from Mikoto about the things Serrano was always worrying about.
そっか。
I see.
ごめん。
I'm sorry I never realized.
私もずっと言わずにいた。
Don't be. I'm also sorry for hiding it from you this whole time.
I'm sorry I never realized. It's a fucking X-Men superpower. How are you supposed to realize that shit?
It wasn't because I didn't trust you, Hiro-kun.
わかってる。 あえて言わなかった。
Yeah, I know. It's because you did trust me that you didn't tell me. Yep, Hiro-kun, you accepted me as I was even though you didn't know.
私
It was the first time I thought it was okay to be myself.
それがとても嬉しかった。
It made me really happy.
ヒロ君と一緒に
I was always at ease whenever I was with you, Hiro-kun.
私
I'm glad I got to see you again, Hiro-kun.
ソラノ。
Serrano. She could laugh without worrying. She was glad to have met me. I was able to hear those words directly from Serrano. All of my worries about Serrano melt away in an instant.
でもこうやって本当の気持ちを言葉にしても
But even if I tell you that,
人には
other people aren't able to tell if those feelings are real or not. Serrano looks at me sadly.
私
Ever since I became just memories, I've been unable to see the thoughts of others.
何を考えているのか
そう。
I see.
他の人の
I never knew how worrying it could be not knowing the feelings of other people. Serrano hangs her head.
できれば
Honestly, I never wanted to tell you.
でも
But if Mikoto-san told you guys, it's because she thought you needed to know.
ああ。ソラノが選択をしなきゃいけなかったことも。
Yeah, we heard about how you had to choose as well, Serrano.
選択
Choose?
やっぱりそれも。
So you don't remember, huh? I gently explain everything. How Serrano had to choose between protecting me or protecting the balance of the world, and that she chose me. And that she saved me, hoping that I'd be able to preserve the world's balance as well. A best case scenario. That she believed in my potential. Serrano just listens quietly, nodding at my words. After I finish talking, Serrano closes her eyes and thinks for a while. Then she slowly opens her eyes and smiles.
何度思い出そうとしてもダメだな
No matter how hard I try to remember, I can't.
少し前の私はそんなことを考え
So that's what I was thinking before I died. So Serrano really doesn't remember. The JCO probably sealed away any memories holding important information.
So, I mean, I guess Sally, like, could be a traitor if the JCO can seal away whatever memories they want.
That's true. Serrano's expression changes again.
今の私はこれ以上ヒロ君が危険な目に遭わないでほし
The
い
me right now doesn't want Hiro-kun to carry any more burdens, and I don't want you to be put in any more danger. Kinda hard.
でも
But it looks like the me from just before I died wanted the exact opposite and entrusted everything to you.
どちらも同じ私
They're both things that I wanted, and yet this is all so complicated. Serrano smiles sadly.
Well, I don't think Serrano wanted it. It was just, like, the least worst option. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like saying when someone undergoes, like, chemotherapy, like, yeah, it sucks, but it sucks less than not getting treated for chemotherapy when you need it.
Mm-hmm. Reina stretches out her hand to Serrano.
そこまで難しい話でも
I don't think it's all that complicated at all.
その
Why not just believe in the past you that chose to trust in Hiroki, Serrano?
過去の自分を
Believe in the past me?
そうそして
Yep. And believe in Hiroki, who you chose to entrust the future to.
I feel like this was just, like, a slight rewrite of that scene from Gurren Lagann.
簡単でしょ
I don't think I fully remember.
Okay, it's,
You shouldn't, cause spoilers.
No, it's not like it's a pretty early thing, but like Kamina says, like, don't believe in yourself, believe in the me who believes in you.
Oh, that, yeah.
It's like one of those things where it's like, oh, just believe in the you who believed in Hiroki who believes in you.
Mm-hmm. Simple, right? Those words cheer up both Serrano and me.
私思い出せないことがある
Ever since I realized there are things I can't remember, I've been so worried.
死んじゃう前にできてたこと
I couldn't even do the things I could before I died. I felt like I wasn't really me anymore.
今のこの自分の記憶も偽物なのかなって疑っちゃって
I began to doubt even my current memories, wondering if they might be fake. I didn't even know if it was safe to what was safe to believe in anymore.
でもヒロ君を信じたっていう
But
自分の
I can
ことなら
believe that my
信
old
じられ
self
る
believed in Hiro-kun.
Get a fucking thesaurus, okay?
Did that rainbow just appear?
出会って
Did
き
it?
たみんな
The
は
viewers will have to check. I mean, I thought it might have been there
幸せな
already,
暮らせる世
but
界で
yeah.
あってほしい
I want there to be a world where Hiro-kun, Reina-chan, and everyone else I've met can live happily.
その気持ちだけは
I believe that those feelings, if nothing else, are real.
The real question is that rainbow kind of like that biblical thing where like, oh, this is a promise, or is it like, you know, like this is a Yuri implication here?
Oh. I'm okay with either.
Yeah.
The concern disappears from Serrano's expression.
他人の心がわからなくても
Trusting someone without knowing their thoughts is a very strange feeling.
不思議だけど
It's strange, but it's also somewhat heartwarming. It makes me happy.
嬉しい。ヒロ君、
In a sense, it's almost like this Serrano is more human than the original Serrano.
The shocking twist.
Bum bum bum.
Too bad she's gonna die in like a day or two.
Yeah, that does suck. Well, someone should really do something about that frickin' 49-day rule. It
Yeah.
was 49, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Hiro-kun, please.
穏やかな世界
Protect this peaceful world.
Also, another thing on that note, like, she's experienced character development, clearly, like in this scene. So, I mean, like, before we're just like, oh, you can delete them because they're just memories. Like, you know, it's kind of stupid to delete them in such a short amount of time. But, like, no, this is basically a living person.
Yeah.
They can experience development and be like, oh, I never thought about things that way. You're not a collection of memories anymore. You're a fucking person.
Look, Trevor.
They're just killing people.
No. Protect this peaceful world.
分かった
You got it. This is the first time Serrano has directly entrusted something to me. All of the things I've been worrying about up until now feel trivial in comparison. Like Kakaru dying, Aoi getting kidnapped. Just
Trying
trivial.
to kill yourself.
All completely trivial. Restore balance to the world. That's all I need to worry about now. Reina is just watching us quietly, but when she sees me looking at her, she smiles at me kindly. If Reina hadn't been here, I don't think I would have been able to talk to Serrano like this right now.
世界の均衡が崩れつつあるということについてだけど、
Getting back to the balance of the world crumbling, I can't help but think the JCO has something to do with it.
Just wait. By the way, so just quick thoughts. So like Reina's like a scientist, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so someone's throwing around like this very vague term, like the balance of the world. And
Psychic powers.
like she's not like oh what do you mean by this, right? Because like when you talk to a scientist, they always like clear definitions. You can't just like throw out words like energy and shit. You have to like explain what you mean, or they're gonna be like, well that doesn't you're not saying anything really. I mean, so like what's the balance of the world, and why is she just like not? Why is she just kind of accepting this as like, I'm not gonna question this. Balance of the world, yeah, sure.
But she's a Moe girl.
Yeah, but she's also a scientist. I mean, I get the series isn't great with science, but like a real scientist would probably be like, okay, what do you mean by the balance of the world? What does a balanced world look like? What does an unbalanced world look like? Like, how do we confirm outside of just taking your word for it that the balance of the world is in danger?
Because Moe girls, Trevor.
Like if I said,
Accept it.
Like if I said you're in bad health, there'd be ways to measure that. Like, okay, how much physical activity can you do? You know, like what's your breathing like? You know, what's your heart rate like? Like you could test that. But like balance of the world, I mean, like you can't just put like a fucking stethoscope on the ground and be like, oh, yeah, Earth is real unbalanced.
All right. Reina's words bring me back to reality again.
そうだな俺もそう考え
You're
て
probably right. I think so too.
次の目的は空野の記憶データにおかしな点があった。
I think our next course of action should be to figure out why there's a discrepancy in Serrano's memories. I'm sure if we find that, we'll also know why they killed her.
All of a sudden she's like, I was fucking killed?
If we can find the link between her death and her memories, then we'll know for sure if the JCO is behind this or not. I'm pretty sure I'm leaning towards yes.
Yeah, this is kind of like being in Star Wars and Luke's like, do you think the Empire's the bad guys? I mean, we haven't really talked to them about their perspective on the issue.
Reina looks back at Serrano. Serrano, I know it might be hard for you, but could you come with us to the place where you died? Yeah, of course.
I mean, it's not like she remembers it. It's only traumatic when you remember shit.
Yeah, thank you, Serrano. Uh-huh. We stand up.
その前に一旦どこかで身を隠そう日が落ちて
But for now, let's find a place to hide. There'll be less people here once it's dark. Less people once it's dark, so we'll go then.
And shouldn't they also, like, take back Serrano from her, like, hologram thing? Because wouldn't that stand out a lot?
Mm-hmm.
I don't fucking know. I don't think they care.
There's quite a bit of distance from here to the place where Serrano died. Moving around too much in broad daylight is too risky. Sounds good. It's a good chance for us to recover our stamina, too. We leave the park and head for a place with no people. Then once the sun begins to set, we make our way back to the site of the accident, careful to avoid anyone we saw.
Yeah, I was going to make a joke about, like, our videos not getting any views when they said a place with no people, but then at the same time, I kind of thought, like, no, people watch your videos. A few, they comment, they're nice.
Yeah. Shoutouts to you people.
Yeah.
But once we finally arrive at our destination, we see a number of people already there.
Want to call the episode?
Quite a few of them, too.
I mean, this is getting spicy.
It's getting spicy.
Okay.
I'd say we could call it here, yeah.
Okay, how long has it been? Like,
maybe 40, 50 minutes. I don't have an exact timer
okay,
going.
I mean, yeah, no, that sounds good. That's spicy enough.
Honestly, yeah, I kind of need to take a break here. I gotta clear my throat really badly. Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay, I'll cover this end speech. Yeah. Okay. So what are these people here? Why there are a few of them? Just how stupid is the plot gonna get next episode? You know what to do. Tune in and find out.
Bye, everyone.